We'll start with the Geometry of Jehovah, and it's going to lead us to this right there, that guy right there. The holy name of God. This is known as, it's called the Tetragrammaton, and tetra means four, and of course gramma is a reference to language, okay? One of the languages that we'll reference here is the language of math, okay? So you can see that this is in Christian cathedrals, it's in alchemical and hermetic art, Yad He Vav He, Jehovah, Yahweh. Every time you see the all-seeing eye of God, what is it? It's a representation of Jehovah, Yahweh. Let's read this. The mystery of the mortal man is after the mystery of the supernal and immortal one, and the form of the body is the tetragrammaton. The head is Yad, the arms and the shoulders are like the supernal H, the body is the Vav, and the legs are represented by the final He, right? So He, Yad, He, Vav, He, head, arms, torso, legs, okay? The tetragrammaton is more of a formula or invocation than simply a name. The key to this entire secret system, the key to the mysteries, is allegedly from all these alchemical illustrations, these Christian mystics, these Hebrew Kabbalists, pointing out the same math, right? And there's a key to this symbolic system, the secret system, and is to be found in Jehovah, is found in the ancient method preserved from ages long anterior to their reputed time by the Israelites of using identical characters for letters and numbers, a system called Gematria, and upon which a simple mathematical formula, 10, 5, 6, 5. Yad, He, Vav, He, see the figure below, is shown to be the basic source of all manifested existence. And this is the Geometry of Jehovah. A is 10, the top, C is 6, and then your sides, D and D, are 5. And then it gives you specific angles, and I highlighted them in yellow there, right? 66.4, basically 66.5. And then you have the other angles at 113.578, basically 113.5. This is your tetragrammaton, and there. So we've got 5, 6, 5, and 10, right? And so there's your Yahweh. If you just take those numbers, that naturally forms a trapezoid. So here you have 10, there's 6, and then you have your sides, which are equal. There's your trapezoid. So what they're saying is that these angles here, this angle here is 66.5, roughly, right? 66.5. And then this angle here is 113.5. This is a truncated pyramid, right? Which means if you continued the pyramid up, do you know what you would have? That's 47 degrees. And we're going to explore why that's important. Do you know what this triangle is? It's this right here. So when we said Jehovah, that's literally the dimensions, and I'll show that in just a second here. That's literally the dimensions of that pyramid. So once again, when you find the average 66.5, if you will, roughly, 113.5, roughly, of course, you're given whole numbers to find very specific angles, right? And what you get on the right there is 66.5 and 47. Of course, 1 degree of 1 hour is 15 degrees that the sun makes. 1 hour is 15 degrees. 15 times 24 is 360, and that's your revolution of the sun. Okay, 15 times pi is 47. Roughly 47.1. So all you're doing is taking the 15 degrees of the hour, and what you're going to find is that upper angle of that pyramid. You can also find that this would resolve at 47 as well, and you just take the difference between 113.578 minus 66.42, the specific angles, and what do you get? 47.1. So now we have this 47 degrees up here. Everybody see this? And we say, okay, great. That's exactly what they're showing us on the $1 bill. That's 47 degrees. You can grab your protractor and you can check it out yourself, okay? So what is that 47 degrees, what is it discussing? This 47 is how you actually map the sun. We can extract this number directly from mapping the sun. To give a clue as to why the sun varies, all you need to do is put a stick in the ground. If you do this, you will notice that at solar noon, when the sun is at its highest point in the sky, there is a shadow of a certain length from which you can measure an angle. If you do this for 1 year, you will notice that there was a maximum angle measured and a minimum angle measured. This works for any latitude. The difference between those maximum and minimum angles will be 47. The difference between this is 23.5. So in other words, what they're doing is showing with one number, 47 and a pyramid, the path of the sun. The blue line is the December 21st. It's the winter solstice. So there's your low angle where the sun is low in the sky. There's your high angle where the sun is highest in the sky. You measure that angle, what you're going to get is 47. In between it is 23 and a half. There's 47, and you can grab your protractor and do this yourself. It's 47 degrees at the top. You have that, and what do you have? 23.5, which is what? The middle line. 47, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, 23 and a half. The rest to 90 is what? 66 and a half. That is what all of that is discussing. Then it leads up right to the top of what you're supposed to do metaphysically. That's transcend the materiality. That bottom is what? Material. Even 3 dimensions. You can see it. Bricks. And it's ascending just like you have to ascend, just like the ladder we talked about last week. Then you get to the top and it's elevated from the materiality. And what is it? It's unification with God Almighty in the Trinity, and the sun, the light, the Word, of course, and the light of the sun shining behind it. Boom. That's at 47 degrees. You can even see it. It's basically the same angle. Heaven and earth is 23 and 24, which means it equals 47. So as we're saying, Genesis 1:1 is giving you specific science. Heaven and earth equals 47. What's the difference? 23 and a half. By heaven equaling 23 and earth being 24, they're giving you the specific angle for you to find literally the equinoxes and the solstices. 47.